He stepped out into the rain, looking rapidly back and forth beneath the sodium light. His face was a greyish-brown, pocked and wary, with a large, curved nose jutting out between black brows. He tapped the back pocket of his blue ouvrier's trousers, where, wrapped in a polythene bag, he carried 25,000 new francs. It was the largest amount he ever had to deal with, and even a man of his experience was right to be apprehensive. Ducking into the shadows, he glanced down for the 5th or 6th time at his watch. He never knew who he was looking out for, because it was never the same man twice. That was part of the excellence of the scheme, the cutout at each end, the endless supply of new runners. Hashim tried to keep it equally secure when he shipped the goods on. He insisted on different locations and asked for fresh contacts, but it wasn't always possible. Precautions cost money, and although Hashim's buyers were desperate, they knew the street value of what they dealt him. No one in the chain made enough money to be able to act in absolute safety. No one, that is, except some ultimate, all-powerful controller thousands of miles away from the stench of the stairwell where Hashim was now standing. Sticking a soft blue pack of Gauloise to his mouth, he wrapped his lips round a single cigarette and drew it out. As he fired his cheap, disposable lighter, a voice spoke in the darkness. Hashim leaped back into the shadow, angry with himself that he'd allowed someone to observe him. His hand went to the side pocket of his trousers, where it felt the outline of the knife that had been his constant companion since his childhood in the slum of Algiers. A short figure in an army greatcoat came into the sodium light. The hat he wore looked like an old kepi of the Foreign Legion, and water ran from its peak. Hashim couldn't see the face. The man spoke in English, softly, in a rasping voice. "In Flanders fields," he said, "the poppies blow." Hashim repeated the syllables he had learned by sound alone, with no idea of what they meant. "Between the crosses, row on row." The runner laid down a brown canvas bag on the bottom of the steps and stood back. He had both hands in the pocket of his coat, and Hashim had no doubt that one would be clasping a gun.